I hope you're having a great day. Today we are going to make a cute little tray using our little paper mache star tray and our 4-inch spindle, and we're just going to make a cute little tray like this. We're going to decorate it up. It's going to be patriotic and super duper cute when we're done with it. So when you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. Hopefully y'all have had a really great Friday. It's turned out to be a really pretty day here. It started out pretty rainy and yucky, but it didn't stick around, so that's good. The sun's out now, and it's a nice evening. Happy Good Friday to you, by the way. Not just Friday, but Good Friday. I don't know about you all. Do you all have any Good Friday traditions? I really only have one, and that is my grandmother actually started years ago, back when I was a child, a Good Friday lunch. Probably even, I don't know, it's been a long time. And she's no longer here with us, unfortunately, but some of them have continued that tradition. And so we go out to lunch every Good Friday, all of the ladies of my dad's family, and also some other people. And so we went out to lunch today, and I have plans tonight with some friends. Andrew and I have a double date planned tonight. So we're doing that, and Griffin and Mom are going to a Good Friday service tonight. So happy Good Friday, y'all. Hello, Carol. Hey, Dale. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Peggy. Hey, Danae. Hello, Dana. Hi, Dale. Happy Good Friday. Hey, Teresa. Hello, Kim. Good to see y'all today. Hi, Glinda. Hi, Teresa Smith. Happy Easter. Happy all the things. Happy Good Friday. Happy Easter. Thank the Lord for all that he has done for us. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for sprinkling, Jerry. Hello, Rhonda. Okay, y'all. So this is going to be fairly easy of a project that we're going to do here today, but it's going to be really cute. So we're going to start with this paper mache star tray. This is available on our website, of course. And it is $3.99. It's very inexpensive. And we're going to make a cute little tray out of this that could be used for, just like doing a little styling of a few little patriotic things. You could put, really that's the main thing I can think of. You could use it like on a picnic table or something like that, with maybe like your forks or your spoons, things like that nature, maybe your napkins. I wouldn't put any food on it, but you could possibly make it to where it's food safe, but the way I'm doing it today is not going to be. Happy Easter, Kay. We're going to start by just painting it white. We're actually going to be using a napkin, but I do want this time for the napkin to not just be on the brown. I want the white behind it so that it is more the color of the napkin. So we're just going to get this painted. I'm not sure how many coats I'll have to do, if one's going to be enough or if I'm going to have to do two. And I'm going to do the outside as well. Except we're going to paint the outside in blue. I looked for a napkin, but I just couldn't find one that I liked for the outside. I did want one that was big enough, and I really wanted to go a little bit more primitive with this, or vintage looking. And so we're using this napkin, which is part of our patriotic napkin collection. So that's available in there. There's 2 of those in the napkin bundle. So we'll use that on the inside, and then on the outside, we're going to paint it blue. So what about y'all? What do you have going on this weekend for Easter? Yes, Debbie, it sure is. We don't really have anything going on tomorrow. We might go out to church. They're having a, you know, like a family Easter egg hunt, family day type thing. And then Sunday church, and we've got a Sunday lunch to go to. And that's really all we have planned. Okay. So now that we've got one coat on, I'm going to dry this. I definitely want to put a second coat because I don't want, a lot of this will come through that napkin when we put the napkin on, and so we don't want that. We want that to look good. Coming over Sunday. Family's coming over. Wow, Debbie, that's amazing. Bridget, you've got an MRI on Easter? That sucks. And a strange day to be having an MRI. Sounds like a fun time, Wanda. Happy Easter, Carolyn. All right, so we'll get that second coat on here. And then we'll move on to the outside. Okay, just about there. Happy Good Friday, Belinda. All right, got a little too much paint in here. So I'm going to just go over the edges again. Make sure it's really good and covered. Absolutely, Bridget. I hope it goes well. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that. All right, I think I just about have this. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because, of course, you know, we're putting a napkin over it, but enough that the napkin's you're not gonna see through. So we need to mix a blue color for the back, for the bottom side. And so I gotta decide what color blue I want. So I definitely am gonna use peacock blue to start, and then we're gonna mix it. I'll mix it with some burnt umber and possibly some white. We'll see what we get. Let me get this dry enough so that I don't get it all over me. That's right, Sunday is coming. Okay. All right, so there it is. You can see it's not perfect. Okay, so let's mix our blue. So I'm going to start with peacock blue. And I'm going to add burnt umber to this. And some white. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got a very pretty blue that I think I like. It is really pretty. I like that color blue. I think that's going to look really pretty with the napkin. But I think it's not enough, so I think I'm going to add some more. Doreen, the tray is available on our website. So I'm just going to kind of do the same of what I did. Absolutely, Debbie. So the paint mixing class is available on our website. I believe it is $19.99. And it comes with everything you need. So it comes with all the paint colors that you need, as well as it's got cheat sheets with it, and all kinds of different things that come with it. Color wheel, but it also comes with the QR code that gives you the video tutorial. And the video tutorial you'll be able to watch. It's me teaching all about mixing paint. I believe it's about an hour or so long. And it's been a little while since I've made it, but I don't think there's any cuts or anything like that to it. So it's real time, and it's really, really good information. When you are a crafter, it's really nice to be able to mix your own paint colors, especially when you're working with, like, you know, a napkin or a piece of paper or something like that, and you want to use the color that's in that napkin or in that piece of paper or in that fabric. It's nice to be able to just make it and mix it and not have to keep, you know, tons and tons of paint on hand so that you've got the right color. And so this teaches you how to do that. It's really a good thing to know how to do. And so it, of course, takes practice, but the class is going to explain everything, all the steps, all the things you need to know. It really just breaks it down. Okay, so it's really a great class. It's worth the money, in my opinion. There's a lot of value in it. So it is available on our website. This color looks great. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, you can take it anytime, Debbie, at your leisure. You'll get the link in your packet when you receive your packet. The link will be in there and you can watch it at your leisure. And this is covering a lot better than the white, of course. So we may not even have to do a second coat of this. We'll see when it dries. Okay. Let me just get the bottom here. And then this last side, and we'll dry this, see how it looks. And then I'll probably go around and get the top edge just to make sure that it looks really good. Feels vintage to me, this color. All right, we will do a second coat. Doesn't have to be much, but we will get a second coat on here. Because it's gonna just look better. So I'm just being real quick about it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do any distressing. I would say that I will, but I'm not for sure. So I'm just kind of winging it, see where it goes. Ooh, sounds good, Jessalyn. Okay, here we go. Got that done. All right, let's dry this. Then we're going to decoupage the napkin onto the inside of our tray. Okay, that looks great. All right, so there's the blue. So I'm gonna flip this back over. I'm not gonna worry about this top edge just yet. I'm gonna decoupage the napkin in, and then I'll go back with a pouncer and just get this very top edge just to make sure all of that looks really good, okay? Yes, Cheryl, I did. I mixed it with peacock blue and burnt umber and Snow White. Okay, mix those three together to get that color. All right, let's get the decoupage glue and a brush. Angie, the tray is from our website, celebrationcompany.com. All right, so let's separate our napkin. One layer. I always do this. I'm like, I can do it. I don't need to get anything to do this with. I just am like, let me just do this. I'm just determined, I guess. Okay. All right, so there's the second layer. And again, this napkin's available in our patriotic napkin bundle. So you can grab this. The napkin bundle comes with, I forgot, I want to say 36 different styles. And there are 2 napkins of each. All right, so let's grab our decoupage glue and get a layer, and we're coming up the sides with the decoupage glue. Yeah, y'all, I only keep like 2 or 3 blues in my stash. There's not a lot of different ones, and so I definitely mix, and that's the way most of my colors are. I don't keep a lot of colors in my stash, and so I'll just mix whatever color I want. All right, so we just want to make sure we get this up all the sides. And the reason why I decided to wait is because I figured that the napkin is liable to get on the top. And so I thought I'll wait before I paint the very top edge. Okay, so I'm just pressing this down, and then I'm just going to work this into the little points on the star. There's going to be some wrinkles if I had to guess. It's not going to be perfect. All right, we are going to need to cut a little. So I'm just kind of cutting down the little points. This isn't quite going the way I wanted it to, and really the way I expected it to. I really thought it would be fine, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to figure something out, y'all. It's not gonna completely cover. So I'm gonna have to make this work somehow. Okay. So got most of it. I think that it just wouldn't extend quite the way I wanted it to in those other areas. All right, I'm taking my heat tool to this, just making sure the parts that I've got attached are glued down well. Yeah, I thought about that, Doreen, but I thought that's going to be complicated as well, so I decided to do this. Might have been a mistake. Okay, let me take my sander and remove the excess here, and then we're going to see if we can't figure out how to fix these spots. Just bear with me. We're gonna try and fix this. Adapt and overcome, y'all. Adapt and overcome. Okay. All right, so here's how it's looking right now. Of course, we've got some problems to fix, but that's looking really pretty, don't y'all think? All right, so let's see what we can come up with here. I'm almost wondering if we just take a piece, you know, and just decoupage that in, what that's going to look like. And maybe we just sort of embrace it and do a couple of pieces like that. Thank you, Debbie. All right, so let me grab my decoupage glue. I think this is the best, easiest way that I can fix this. So I'll just take my little piece here, glue this in. Okay. All right, so then let's do the same thing over here. I kind of want to take a piece that's torn on both edges. All right, let's use that piece there. Happy birthday over on YouTube. Okay. Just add some glue in here. All right, let's glue this down. Making sure to cover those white places. You like it, Teresa? Okay, so that's what it looks like. And so in order to make it look like wasn't a mistake right there, we're going to take some other pieces and add a couple of other pieces in here, just to make it look like it's supposed to be like that. So I'm just kind of overlapping that plaid a little bit. in a few different spots. Okay, and I'm going to do one more, I think. Okay, so I've kind of done a little bit just in each point of the star. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll do just a little bit right in the center. Kind of making sure all the edges are torn. Okay, let's dry this, and then we're gonna do decoupage glue all over the entire thing. All right, so let's do a coat over everything. Just make sure it's all sticking. You know, now that I have done all this, I'm like thinking a blue star in the middle would be really pretty. But I don't know if I can make that happen or not. Without, have to like trace it and then paint it in there. I'm worried it might not look good. All right, so let me get this dry. It almost kind of looks like a patchwork quilt in a way. All right, so we'll remove the excess again. Okay. All right, so here's what we're looking like right now. I'm going to grab a pouncer and I'm going to use it on the top of my tray. So I'm just going to go just like this around the very top just to finish it off, still pondering the star in the middle. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like from the top. It does kind of, doesn't it? You know what I was just thinking also is, I feel like triple thick would look pretty on this, on the inside. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I do think that would be pretty to use that on the inside. All right, y'all. Let's see here. I'm trying to think about a star, if I want to do that or not. The best thing I can think to do is to find a star to trace. But I'm not sure I've got one. Let me see here. Okay, these are what I was looking for. These are also available on our website. So if we, that fits really perfectly. So we could trace this and then we could paint it in. So let's see here. Let me just see if this is fairly centered. Just using a pencil. Okay. So let's paint that. Use this brush right here because it's got a little pointed tip on the end. So I think it'll be good for getting in here into the tip of the star. Are you going to use that star for something, Kayla? Yes, so we're making a little tray with it. Is that what you're talking about? This brush, I don't know where it came from, y'all, but it is perfect for this. I don't sell it on the website, unfortunately. But maybe I should, because this is making it incredibly easy to get this star painted. Y'all, that's cute. Isn't that cute? I like that. I don't know, Teresa. We'll see when I decorate for the 4th if I need it or not. I don't know. You just never know. All right, so we're going to do a second coat because the first did not cover completely. Teresa, I did post a recipe last night. It was very good. My one complaint about it, and maybe if you made it right away, where I made mine the day before, The tortillas were just very soggy. They were too soft, in my opinion. I mean, anytime you do enchiladas, they are a little on the soft side. But for me, they were just a little too soft. I just didn't love that part of it. And so I think that other than that, it was delicious. When I make it again, I think I might brown the tortillas before I put them together. Because I think that would be better. I think that then they wouldn't get so soggy. But I don't know. That's my one issue with it. Or instead of doing a casserole, just do like a dip. And just, or serve it separately and put it into taco shells or something like that. Maybe would be better for me. Okay, this looks really good. I'm liking that. I'm trying to decide, what do y'all think? Should I do a layer of triple thick on the inside, or should I just do another layer of decoupage glue? I'm having mixed feelings about it. But okay, so the goal here was we're going to do a little trace. We're going to put this on this 4-inch spindle. So what do y'all think? Red or blue on the spindle? Should I paint it the blue color? Should I paint it red? Or should I paint it cream? We could do cream as well. Cream might be pretty. Possibly even like a distressed kind of a look with cream. I think I'm going cream. I think I'm feeling the cream. Y'all are saying red. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Ugh. Okay. Triple thick. All right, let's go cream, and we'll do a layer of triple thick. It looks like y'all are all agreeing on the triple thick. So this is called light buttermilk. This 4-inch spindle is available on our website as well. The light buttermilk is going to match the napkins that I used very well. I don't have to paint the top because that's going to be covered. All right. Here we go. Okay. Hey, Debbie. Let's try this. I don't know if I'm going to need to do a second coat. It looks pretty good. You see a couple of spots though. So we will do a second coat. What time is it? 5:30. I gotta get hurrying up. Okay, let's do a second. Looked really good until they dried completely, and then definitely needed that second coat. Yeah, I'm envisioning the little star tray. Y'all have seen the pieces that are like, it'll be like wood on the outside, and then it's got like a pattern on the inside, like it's a bowl, and it's got like a pattern on the inside, but it's got like an epoxy type finish on the inside, not on the outside. That's what I'm envisioning with this. That's why I said the triple thick, because I'm sort of seeing that look. All right. So let me set that aside and let that dry. We'll do triple thick on the inside of this. That one was still a little damp, so I was worried that it would bleed. Okay. Let's get this all coated up these sides. I think I need a little more. Okay. There we go. All right, so there's that. Let that dry a second. Let me make sure my spindle is dry. And then we'll add a little distressing to this, and then we can glue this together. Okay. All right, so we need a little bit of brown. Here it is. Okay, I typically would use raw umber for this, but I don't have any. I need to go grab some over there. So I'm going to use burnt umber. And we'll grab a pouncer for this. Okay, dip our pouncer in, and then we're just kind of dab some of it off. And then I just like to take this and just sort of rub it around. And you can just kind of just go in horizontal motions like you would if it was being distressed with a sander. And you just kind of take your little pouncer and just sort of rub in spots that would naturally receive the distressing. So it definitely needs to be higher points. Okay. Just like that. All right. Oops. Not dry yet. Big old fingerprint that Kayla just put in it. All right, so now we're just gonna glue this on. This is really cute. Okay, let me flip this over. I think I'm gonna take my sander and just give this a little bit of distressing as well. The outside of it. Those corners. Okay. Go. All right, and I'm gonna glue this with some super glue. And my hot glue gun is not on, so won't be using that. Otherwise, I would use that as well to help glue this on. All right. So all of the things that we used for this project are available at celebrationcompany.com. Everything except for this paintbrush. The rest of it you can get all from our website. Dang it, Kayla. What are you thinking? I really need to put weight in the middle, but I can't because it's wet. I'm gonna have to redo that middle. Cindy, you might have heard me just answer that question. Everything that I used tonight is available on celebrationcompany.com. See if I can't get this dry. Okay. All right, y'all. So here it is. Here's our cute little tray. I'm glad we went with the cream. I think that looks so good. Look how cute that is, y'all. That turned out adorable. I think it probably needs a second coat of triple thick when it's really good and dry, but that looks really cute. I like how that turned out. So, again, the tray, the napkin, the spindle, even the star we used to trace the blue star, all of it came from our website, celebrationcompany.com, including all of the brushes we used except for this one right here, okay? Also, make sure you grab one of our new ceramic paint palettes. These are really great. They wash very easily. All of the paint will just sort of peel right out. It doesn't really stick to it. So that's really nice. They're really great to have. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Wonderful weekend. A great Christmas. A great Easter. And I will see you all